it says, if you're here today, as in on this page, it is because you're interested in the idea of using Facebook groups to attract you ready to buy clients that will lead to more money. Let me show you what's happening here. The green, I want y'all to get this. The green is what is picked up by the subconscious mind. The embedded command is in green. The suggestion is in blue. So if I read just the green, the embedded command is, today you are interested in using Facebook groups to attract your clients. I'm telling them how to think, what to do or what to feel. Today you're interested in using Facebook groups to attract your dream clients. The suggestion is the reason why, because that will lead you to more money. And just if you're writing it, underline embedded command or highlight if you got different color highlighters. It's the best way to understand this. You know, sometimes what I do, when I started learning this, what I did is I went through people's presentations and I would run them through Otter AI, and I would get the transcript of somebody's presentation from stage, and then I would go through and I would highlight all the embedded commands that I could find. And I would highlight all the suggestion that I could find, right? So if you ever want to analyze or break down somebody's presentation, get the transcript of it, go through and highlight all the embedded commands and suggestion that you could find. Another example. But I believe the real reason why you're here is because you understand how important investing in yourself truly is. Not always in dollars, but investing your time in seeking this knowledge that is going to help you overcome the obstacles, relieve the stress, and pre-solve the problems that come with starting or scaling a massive multifamily real estate portfolio. Now I'm not on group growth anymore. I'm talking about real estate here. So this is another slide, or it's actually two slides that I wrote into Vinny Chopra's presentation. So Vinny Chopra has 1.6 billion in real estate, right? This is another slide as an example that was in his exact presentation, right? Now let's look at what's happening here. The blue is the suggestion, the green are the embedded commands. So what happens if I read just the green? Investing in yourself truly is always in dollars. Embedded command. Investing your time in seeking this knowledge is going to help you. Starting or scaling a massive multifamily real estate portfolio. So investing your time in seeking this knowledge is going to help you start or scale a real estate portfolio. That's the embedded command. The real reason that you're here is knowing or understanding that investing in yourself is always in dollars. Now the not is in red there, and I'll explain that in a little bit. A not or a no in hypnosis or in hypnotic language is called a negation. It cannot be processed by the subconscious mind, right? If I say, and we're going to go through it later, but if I say, don't think about a pink elephant, the first thing that you have to do is think about a pink elephant before you can consciously tell yourself not to, right? So the subconscious still receives the command whether you put a not in front of it or not, and that not basically is there to lower resistance. We'll get deeper into that in a little bit. But I believe the real reason why you're here, investing in yourself truly is always in dollars. Investing your time in seeking this knowledge is going to help you start or scale a multifamily real estate portfolio, right? Embedded commands. Now, here's another one. I'm going to unload, if I say it like this, I want you guys to know something. I'm going to unload everything I know about the creation of belief with story, and when I get to the end, if and only if you see this is truly eye-opening for you and you've learned something and believe it's capable of making you tons of cash, then you should deeply consider the very special offer that I've put together at the end. Okay? The embedded command in green. When I get to the end, see that this is truly eye-opening for you. Okay? I'm telling your subconscious mind, when I get to the end, this is going to be eye-opening for you. You've learned something, believe it's capable of making you tons of cash. You see what I'm doing there? Basically, when I get to the end, see that this is valuable, believe that it's going to make you money, right? And then the suggestion is you should deeply consider the very special offer that I've put together. Powerful stuff. Let's keep going. Presupposition categories. How many of you have heard these terms? Powerfully, naturally, easily. Copywriters talk about this all the time. They teach you to use these words. They teach you to use powerfully, naturally, easily, quickly, effortlessly, right? Most of these terms are quick one-word terms that overcome objections, right? It's going to be hard. How do you overcome that? By saying it's easy, right? Powerfully, naturally. Naturally means I just do it natural. It doesn't require a lot of my conscious resources. I don't have to think about it a lot, right? Quickly, it's not going to take much time. Okay, those are adverb and adjective presuppositions. Then you've got time presuppositions, presupposition of time. Okay, these are used in language patterns, right, to set a timeline. If I say as or while, that means I'm talking about something that is happening in the present. Okay, before or after. So before presupposes, right, that something is going to happen later. After, now is present, today, present, until. The word until also presupposes that something is going to happen in the future, right? So keep those in mind as we move forward. You'll see these words being used. Awareness, presuppositions of awareness. Recognize, realize, discover, become aware, imagine, or recall. I know you guys have seen in webinars, imagine being able to blank, 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 right? Those are trigger words for the subconscious mind because words like recognize, realize, discover, become aware, imagine, and recall do what? What do you have to do to recall something? What do you have to do to imagine it? What do you have to do to recognize something, to become aware of, right? You hear that word and you start thinking, start using your brain, right? Now, let's add the superpower of words and phrases that bypass the conscious mind and lower resistance. Negations. Like don't, not, or no cannot be processed by the subconscious mind without first receiving the command. If I say don't think about the Statue of Liberty, again, just like the pink elephant, you first have to think about it and relate those words to an image before you can tell yourself not to think about it, right? By that time, it's too late. The not lowers resistance and the command slips in. Here's an example of a negation. This is a good one. I would not expect you to even consider it until you've become absolutely certain of the fact that these 12 stories used properly can and will sell anything. The embedded command, I expect you to consider. I expect you to consider the fact that these 12 stories used properly can and will sell anything. Right? All the other words, I would not, that's a negation, it gets deleted. Actually, in hypnotherapy, they call it a deletion. In other words, anytime they say don't, not, or no, it just gets deleted from what they're trying to do to program your subconscious mind, right? So, lowers resistance, but that gets deleted. Even it, until we're absolutely certain, all those words are just used to mask or to hide the embedded command, right? So whenever you start writing out these language patterns for yourself and start writing copy or start, thinking about presentations or what you're going to say from stage, literally write these out. And then if you write something out and you say, how can I rephrase this so that the command is clear? Right? Because if I say this a different way, I want it to clearly, I expect you to consider the fact that these 12 stories used properly can and will sell anything. Let's keep going. You have to be careful with negations because they can work against you. When I show you this next slide, you're going to be like, this is something that we all do and we all work against ourselves by doing this. How many of you said, I don't think you're a failure? I don't want to waste your time. The don't is a negation. So you're embedding the command, I want to waste your time. Right? I don't want to waste your time. I don't think you're a failure. This is not going to hurt you. If you say, hey, this is not going to hurt you. Right? The person's thinking, yeah, it might. Right? But how many times have you been on a call with somebody or talked to somebody and said, hey, listen, I'm not here to waste your time. So what would the opposite of that be?
I understand that your time is very valuable, so I'm going to boom.
Right. I'm here to make sure that what? The time that we spend together is valuable to both of us. Right? Because there's an embedded command in that. Right? The time we spend together is valuable to both of us. Right? So instead of saying, I don't want to waste your time, which is you working against yourself,